Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today's video, I want to get into how to shop online. And I feel like you're probably thinking, well, I don't know, go on a computer, type in a website, and put things in my basket and check out. There are three different topics that I'm going to cover in this video, and one is saving money. The second is finding your correct size and fit. And thirdly is not sacrificing quality when shopping online. So if you want to find different ways that you can do all of these things and successfully online shop till you drop, then keep watching this video. First category, saving money. When it comes to saving money, I've thunk up 5 ways that you can do so when online shopping. Number 1, cashback sites. I love these things because they're like little hidden gems that not everybody knows about. So there's a few cashback sites and they work differently. So you want to definitely do your research ahead of time before signing up for them. I have 4 that I usually turn to. My favorite one is Ebates. It's the first one that I heard about. It's the one that I hear about the most.
It's very straightforward and simple. It's free to sign up. I have myself under my account. It tells you right here, there's 5% cash back, 6% cash back. These are the ones that have the double cash back, actually, because I think the normal amount is like something like 3% or whatnot, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if you shop online a lot, it accumulates. And then they obviously don't do every single retailer, but they for sure have the bigger ones. But I like shopping at places like ASOS, so I'm just going to search them up, and there they are at the top. And ASOS right now is 2%, 2.5% cash back. And then it gives you like a list here of like anything that's going on with sales, or any deals that they have. They have free shipping. They have cashback facts, shopping secrets. They just have so much information for you. This is my cashback amount that I've received throughout the whole time I've been using Ebates. And then this will tell you if I have any cashback pending that I will be receiving.
The next one is Top Cashback, and I believe that one's also free to sign up, and it's basically a straightforward one. You just get the cashback percentage. Every so often you'll get like the amount of money that I believe you can redeem for cash or gift cards. Swagbucks is another one that I hear of all the time. Also, you can earn cash, earn gift cards just by shopping online, but this one also gives you the opportunity to fill out surveys and watch ads to earn points for these gift cards and cash also. And they also have a swag button as well that goes directly onto your browser. And then the last one that I most recently heard of was called Honey. That one you install again onto your browser what they call a Honey button, and it'll just tell you different deals that are around. And I think you earn Honey Gold, which then when you earn them, you can redeem for gift cards and cash. And I believe the only thing about Honey that is a little I don't like as much is the fact that you only can buy specific things on these retailer sites. It's not like Ebates where it doesn't matter what you buy, just as long as it's through these websites that they are partnered with. Honey is specific items on these websites. So again, do your research, find which one best fits you, and then go from there. Okay, my second way to save money is knowing when to shop. And I think we might be on the same page here when it comes to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Those are definitely the 2 days that deals are gonna happen on just about every single online site you can think of, international and domestic. But other holidays are good to check out too. Veterans Day, Memorial Day, Easter, Christmas, things like that. Sometimes even Halloween gets its sales days, or 4th of July. All of those holidays that we have usually come with savings and sales. And then something that I don't think people necessarily think about also when knowing when to shop online, if you're looking for something like a swimsuit, you definitely want to buy the swimsuit after the swimsuit season is over. Because when you do that, it's like, right, you have your spring, summer, all the swimsuits were already, you should have already bought them for those seasons. So right as it ends, that's when the fall winter stuff starts coming out, and that's when all of the bathing suits and like beachwear stuff is on sale. So it goes same for if you need to buy like a winter coat and you don't want to spend a ton of money on it. Usually winter coats and things like winter accessories are usually on sale just as the fall winter is ending. And granted, it might be things that aren't on trend anymore, at least for the next season. But if you're like me, it doesn't really matter, especially if you're looking for something that's more of like a classic staple in your closet, like a black coat or, maybe a camel colored coat that, you can wear any time of year and it's a classic cut. So it doesn't really matter what season you're wearing it for. So just think of those things. It's a great way, again, to save some money and get stuff that you want on a budget. My third way to save money are flash sale sites. There's only really 3 that I really know of and hear of often and that I trust, and that is Gilt, Rulala, and Zulily. And so what I mean by a flash sale, if you don't already know, it just means like on certain days for maybe like 24 hours max, they'll have this certain brand on sale. And it could be shoes, handbags, beauty products, hair products, men's and women's, children's wear, just about everything you can think of. So there's usually good brands on those sites too. A lot of designer brands and a lot of like, that mid-range designers like Dolce Vita and like Marc Jacobs, where it's not over the top expensive, but it is pretty pricey. But it's good to go onto these sites to shop for those types of things because you do get a significant discount. And the way that they're able to do that is usually the retailers who are selling their stuff on these flash sale sites, it's usually older seasons or maybe overstock that they have that they just want to get rid of. My fourth way to save money is secondhand shopping. And it's like, can you do secondhand shopping online? And answer is yes, you can. And that's, I think, fairly new. You used to not be able to do that, but so many websites have come up and started allowing you to do so. And I'm not just talking about eBay, because if you're like me, I get confused by eBay so easily. It's still a mystery to me as to how it really works and how you're able to capture people to buy things from you, because it's so all over the place and there's old and new items and you don't necessarily know if you can trust the seller or not. But there are several websites that definitely allow you to easily access secondhand items, pre-worn items. Some of those websites that I like to look at are Poshmark, The RealReal, ThredUp, eBay, Tradesy is a good one, and ASOS Marketplace. Those are some of the ones that I've always heard of. Some of them I use myself. Like, I'm a huge Poshmarker. I love selling my old stuff on Poshmark, and it's usually really simple because it's all through an app, and you just snap a picture and put it up on your closet, and people buy it. And it's pretty easy for people to find. You don't have to do any like hashtags or any of the complicated stuff that you might have to do to get your stuff found anywhere else on the internet. Some of these are secondhand, regular clothes. Like Poshmark has everything under the sun, from designer stuff to Aeropostale and Forever 21 items. The RealReal is more like designer items. ThredUp is just about everything under the sun. Also, Tradesy, I believe, is designer items. ASOS Marketplace is usually like really cool old vintage stuff that can be kind of pricey because it's good quality stuff. And then eBay, of course, is everything under the sun also. So these are good ways to get something that, in my opinion, maybe not in style anymore and that you can't find anymore. And you're like, well, I know stuff like this used to exist. So it's really easy to find stuff. My fifth and final tip for saving money online, or at least being able to find things that are a little bit more affordable, is looking at blogs, like your favorite blogger. Usually, if they're more famous and more well-known, they'll have more expensive items. whether it's gifted to them by companies or they're just able to afford more expensive items. But if you're like me, sometimes you can't afford those things, but they look so darn cute and you want it for yourself. So in that case, I like to look at their blogs because a lot of times these bloggers are super awesome and they'll put the exact item that they're wearing, plus they'll add some look-alike ones for a cheaper price. So it's like they do the work for you. My second category, if you're like me, it can be really daunting trying to find the right size for you online. I don't think anybody wants to have to do trial and error and get things in the mail, find out it doesn't fit, have to send it back. There's two things that I look at when I'm trying to find my perfect size and fit. First thing I look at online is style and photo information. And when you're shopping online, you go to that specific style that you want. I always look at the model size because usually it gives you what size the model in the picture is wearing. And I also look at the model's height. And just a little background, you want to keep in mind the fit models that the company uses to fit these clothes on and is a different size than the model in the photo shoots. Because the fashion models that are used are usually, I think, 2 to 3 sizes smaller than what the clothes were originally fit on in the production process. And sometimes in e-commerce photo shoots, the actual samples don't even fit the models. They try and pick this perfect size for the fashion model, but sometimes it doesn't always happen perfectly. So what happens is the stylist does a lot of pinning to make it look perfect to you in the pictures. So I really urge you to study the picture. Of course, you're going to get the model size and you're going to compare, your body type to her body type to try and see, okay, well, it fits her perfectly up here, but I'm a little bustier. It might fit slightly different for me. If you see images online of like a model covering herself up too much, or like there's just certain details that you can't see and you really want to, know what it looks like in that area, to envision how it would look on you, be very careful and be very wary about those little details. You might not want to buy something where she's covering up everything because there might be something that she's hiding under there, and do you want to take that chance? I don't know. That's up to you. When it comes to the height portion, that one's a little bit easier to compare to. For me, I'm 5'4", and usually the models are 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", and if I see, especially for pants, this mostly goes for bottoms and pants, if I see that the model has like cropped pants on and it's hitting her at her ankle, and I see that she's like 5'8", it's gonna be so much longer on me as a 5'4" girl. And so I just have to take that into consideration. There are a lot of times I'll try and shop petite instead, and it becomes a little bit more of a leveled playing ground for me. But unfortunately for us short ladies, the standard height for petite models is 5'7", I believe, when it comes to fittings for the production side of these clothes. So 5'7", 5'4", it's still not the same. I'm hoping that the fashion industry kind of changes that, because there's a lot of shorties like me, and I know a bunch of you are probably the same way, and I'm tired of getting pants and having to hem them or resort to rolling them up. My second way to guarantee as much as possible that you get your perfect size and fit online is looking at the size chart and knowing your measurements. There's usually like a standard size chart if you're on a brand that only sells their brand. So if you're shopping at a brand like Marc Jacobs, they're only gonna have Marc Jacobs clothes on their website, and so they're gonna have a size chart that covers everything for Marc Jacobs. But if you're on a site like Nordstrom or ASOS, where there's different brands that are all in the same place, you definitely want to try and check each size chart per style, or at least per brand, because it might differ. Different brands might have a different size fit model, they might have a different height fit model. So you definitely want to take that into consideration and just be as safe as possible and check each size chart. The second part of that is knowing your measurements. I know if you're an avid online shopper, I highly urge you to invest in one of these babies. It's a tape measure, and just measure yourself in the key spots, usually your bust, your waist, your hips, and your thigh. Usually those are the sweet spots when it comes to clothes measuring. So if you'd like to see a video on that, actually, just let me know in the comments below. And it definitely helps me get as much of an accurate size as possible. Sometimes you'll hit like a little bit of a wall if you're buying a bathing suit in a set. I've had that happen to me before, and I've measured my top, and the top part of me is a little bit smaller than my bottom part. And so if I'm buying a set, I can't really do it, or I'm taking a risk that maybe my top might be a little too big but my bottom fits perfectly, or vice versa. So when it comes to finding your size and the perfect fit for you online, nothing is 100% guaranteed, but at least taking these steps can eliminate some of that worry and some of that space for error. The last way you want to try and guarantee you get the best fit and size for you while shopping online is reading reviews.
More of the bigger department stores and well-known brands have reviews, but take what you can get. If they have them, utilize them. So let me just check out one. I'm going to go to this Wit and Wisdom boyfriend pant. So let's go. It has 32 reviews. And you can see right here the rating in stars out of 5. And I'm going to click on this number and it'll take me down to the reviews. Now, right off the bat, it gives you some information. Like here, it'll give you the fit rating. People say it runs a little bit on the large side. You can see here the breakdown of the ratings. And I like to really study what people say. But see, like here, this one says, I really like the quality, but can run very large, so I had to return them. So that's a big one. Jeans are wonderful. Fabric is comfortable, holds shape. That's something that might be important to you also in terms of fit and quality. Something like this may not be as helpful. Super comfortable and cute. I like that you can wear them uncuffed. My favorite jeans, I would buy them again. More so just has to do with the look of them, not necessarily the fit or the quality. Same with this one. So you really want to read a few reviews before making your ultimate decision, because people say different things. Some reviews might not be helpful and some might be super helpful. You never know. So just take that into consideration.
The reviews aspect brings me into the third and final installment of how to shop online, and that's getting the best quality that you can. So again, reading reviews is really helpful when trying to find ideas of what the quality is like. A lot of people are very quick to let you know if something fell apart right away. People are always really helpful when it comes to those kinds of things, because they don't want people to make the same mistakes that they did. Because there always has to be those first few people that buy it by trial and error. They had to experience the nitty and gritty, and they're just letting you know and watching your back, so you don't have to make the same mistake. And that goes for YouTube videos as well. That's a good place to look up reviews on quality of certain websites like Zawful and She-Inside and Romwe, that you see all the time in advertisements on your Facebook and on Instagram and all these social media accounts. And if you're like me, I have no idea what the quality is like, and they have unbelievable prices on there, like $15 for a top, $7 for a top or dress, and that's cheap stuff. So when it comes to being that cheap, you have a light bulb in your head saying, wait a minute, what is that quality like? Is that gonna fall apart on me in the next couple hours after wearing it? When I get it, is it even gonna be in good shape? There are a lot of YouTube bloggers that kind of do the work for you. They'll get hauls of all these items from these kind of sketchy or maybe sketchy websites, and they try everything on and give you the 411 on what that brand is like. So that's definitely a good resource to use when trying to see what the quality is like. The next way I try and look out for quality is through the fabric content and the care instructions, which are usually listed in the description of the particular style online. And I kind of just take a look at that because if you have a lot of synthetic fibers listed, like rayon, polyester, nylon, things like that, acetate especially, you kind of want to, the more you learn about these things and pay attention to those little details when you're buying things online and then receiving them, and you find, you know, this is a little bit more stiff. This was a chiffon fabric that was mostly polyester but also had some acetate in it. It might come out a little bit more stiff and crunchy. So you definitely want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. So you definitely want to try and get the best quality you can with consideration of how much you're paying. Don't expect such great quality for cheaply priced items. Please don't be that person who's like, this is crap quality, I can't believe it, but then yet you paid like $5, $10 for it. It just doesn't add up. It's not always that if you pay more, it means it's better quality. I've had times where I've bought pretty pricey jewelry online from like really expensive brands and then come to find out they turn my finger green after maybe a few months of wearing it, or it tarnishes and things like that. And it makes no sense because you're like, this is a great brand, a great designer, how did this happen to me? But it happens. So pay attention to what the description says, what the fabric content says, and even the care instructions. If something is more dry clean, it may be a lot more delicate. So you can't treat it like crap. You have to be careful with it. And just little tips like that will help you get better quality for what you're buying. The last tip for getting great quality as best as you possibly can while shopping online is looking at videos of the styles online. Now, not many retailers do this, and I wish more people would. The biggest website that I know that does this, and it's not for every style, but it is for a good amount of styles, is ASOS. So if you check on the little carousel of photos of the style that you're looking at, ASOS has like a front view, back view, side view, but they also have a runway view of what the style looks like. So now I like looking at that because number one, it gives me a good idea of what the fit is like because they're not cheating. They can't cheat that. It's great to look at that type of thing because you can see how the fabric moves. You can see if something is fitting weird because it's, you know, riding up on her, or you can tell, especially for things like scallop edges, you can tell if it looks stiff and it's not forming to your body. Things like that. You can pick up little details here and there by looking at that video. You can watch it as many times as you want. Sometimes I'll watch it a few times just to make sure, to see how that fabric is flowing and how that silhouette is working on the model. So there you have it. That was a bit of a rundown on how I like to shop online to guarantee that I'm getting great quality, great pricing, and great fit and size for me as a consumer. Nobody likes to keep sending packages back and forth. It's time consuming, it's wasteful when it comes to the environment. So at least try and shop smarter if you're gonna be doing a lot of e-commerce online shopping. But that was my tips. Let me know if you have any more suggestions below or any more of the websites that I mentioned, what your thoughts are on those. I'd love to hear about them. Let me know if any of these tips work out for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much. Love you.